This is the new stew. Oh shit.
It looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
You got your
excited
big
to
ass calendar behind you.
I got my big ass calendar. This is a small version of the big ass calendar, actually. We're selling the mini big ass this year.
Ooh, I like that. How big is that?
It's about like 26 by 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
Call me mini big ass.
I already do. Honey, I already do.
1, 2, 3.
Oscar Wieners, Oscar Wieners, Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.
Yum, yum.
Oscar Wieners.
Welcome to Oscar Wieners,
Wow.
the only show on the internet where Hollywood's biggest night knew. It
No.
fucking knew.
How could they?
And it didn't do shit.
Disappointing.
I'm Ballpark Franks.
Oh wow. Nice to meet you. And I am Ballpark Hanks,
Nice.
Tom or otherwise.
No, I'm Michael. He's Ander, and this is a podcast where every week we pick a Best Picture winner at random and try to figure out if it's Best Picture worthy. And this week we are talking about the 2016 Best Picture winner. It is Tom McCarthy's Spotlight.
Nice.
Got a problem with that?
Major. Yeah. Actually, I do have a problem. My problem is you didn't introduce our cherished co-host this
I
evening.
was getting to that.
All right, go ahead.
No, you made such a fucking to do about it. You do it.
We brought in
Kodak
the
hat wearing ass.
Boys,
I,
don't fight. Don't fight over me.
we brought in the big
Not
guns.
again.
I was gonna wear like a crazy, like very boring buttoned up shirt to try and like I didn't know what to wear for this, but I decided I was just gonna wear what I was wearing today. But we brought in the big guns this evening. I'm gonna keep saying evening. Anna Giacometti is here with us. This is one of her prized films. So we thought it'd be fitting for her to come and discuss it with us. Anna, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I don't want anyone in the tri-state area talking about Spotlight without me there. I
And they
want to get
don't.
in on that. You know what? It doesn't come up much unless I bring it up. But I do love to talk about this movie, so thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Um, we tried to book Father Garrity, and he didn't want to come on.
No, no comment from Father Garrity.
Um, The Spotlight is a movie depicting the uh true investigation in 2001 by a subsection of the Boston Globe called Spotlight, where it's just four fuckers just eating this or drinking the stalest coffee in a room in
Bitter
the
and stale.
bowels of the Boston Globe.
Disgusting.
Um,
Little creatures.
it's what are their freaking names? It's Michael Resendez, played by Mark Ruffalo. Uh, Walter Robbie Robinson, played by Michael Keaton. Sasha Pfeiffer, played by Rachel McAdams, and Matt Carroll, played by Brian Darcy James. Who, when a new editor, played by Liev Schreiber, Marty Baron, joins the paper, he tasks them with digging into abuse in the Catholic Church in the Boston area by priests to children. Um,
Sucks to hear.
and it's a movie about the investigation and what they dig up and the drama that ensues, which we can get into. But Anna,
Yes.
Spotlight is in your letterbox top four. You've already said that you people run away when you try to talk to them about it. Why does this movie move you so much? Why do you love it so much? Why do you always want to be talking Spotlight?
Okay, so let me take you back to when
Oh,
this movie came out, 2015. I am a senior in high school. I had, you know, grown up as a little girl obsessed with the Oprah Winfrey Show.
okay.
and I was like, you know what? I want to be a journalist. I want to be like Oprah. Um, and everyone told me journalists don't make a lot of money. You don't want to be a journalist. Like, don't do it. So I have that in the back of my mind. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Mm.
2015, this was like the year I started taking movies seriously. I really got into, film. And one night, I didn't have many friends. So
Aw.
it was like a Friday or Saturday night, and I said to my mom, "We this is like the year I started watching all the Oscar nominees. We drove from my town of Dallas, Pennsylvania, to Scranton, which is the big city, because the movie theater there,
Huge.
huge city, movie theater there was playing this movie called Spotlight, and I didn't know much about it.
Mm.
So here goes my little Catholic ass and my mom's little Catholic ass into this movie, and I have never been so moved by a movie in my whole life. For me, this is a superhero movie. This is my Avengers. I It kind of like silenced everyone who kind of placed doubt in my head about wanting to go into journalism. Um, and it opened up the space for my mom and I to have a real conversation about like religion, where we had been going to church my whole life, but I had always kind of thought like, hey, this doesn't like something here feels a little weird, but I didn't want to like upset my mom. She thought she was doing the right thing by like taking her kids to church, and this movie kind of gave us both the space in the car ride home being like, hey, I don't really like going there. And she was like, yeah, I don't really like going there either. And it was just kind of a moment of even just, you know, realizing that you're the person who you think is your parent, like they're just trying the best they can, but they're just really a human trying to figure things out too. Um,
Mhm.
so I think this movie, more than any movie in my entire life, has changed me. Like it inspired what I do for work. It changed the way I practice like faith. It um I mean, I think the movie is beautiful. I think the acting is beautiful. I think the story is perfect, but I feel like so much more gave me like superheroes to follow. It was kind of like a little bit of a full circle moment that was my senior year of high school, and then my senior year of college, after as I was about to like graduate with my journalism degree, I went to a conference where I got to hear Marty Baron speak.
Oh wow.
Um, and I mean, he's just the greatest. And I got to hear him speak. He, played by Liev Schreiber, was kind of the engine behind getting this investigation uncovered. And yeah, just to kind of like have that movie kind of inspire my career, and then to hear him speak is something that like I'll never take for granted. And yeah, he retired in 2021, but like what an incredible man with incredible he did such incredible work. Like I think like 18 Pulitzers uh they won under him.
I have 19.
Yeah,
No big
well,
deal. This podcast has three.
you should hear the way I talk about you too. It's But yeah, I love this movie. I just rewatched it the other night, and I kept a counter, and I got full body. I've seen this movie probably 15 times. Full body chills 6 times watching this again. Nothing like this to me is the most intense action movie. I am on the edge of my seat the whole time. It will always, always be my letterbox top four.
Did you feel like Lee's portrayal of Marty was accurate? You saw him in person?
Well, I like that you call them leave.
Leave? I say Leave Schreiber. My
Yeah,
boy. L Dog.
I mean, I think that's another thing that is because I am obsessed with journalists, like, also like Ben Bradley Jr., for like Wild, played by John Slattery. His dad, I mean, his Ben Bradley's dad was at the Washington Post like during Watergate. Like it's wild if you looking into these people. I mean, I don't know because they're not public figures, so I don't know.
Right.
I know, but and a lot of these people like I didn't really know about the Spotlight team before this movie. Now I do, but
Mhm.
this was kind of my first introduction. And this movie's also got my favorite actor of all time. Marky Mark
Marky
Ruffalo.
Mark. Yeah.
Giving
And
an
I think his best performance ever.
yeah, giving an unbelievable performance.
I mean,
Yeah.
who won the Oscar? Oh, Leo won the Oscar
Yeah, this is the Leo
this
year
year.
for Revenant.
But he was up for supporting. Who won supporting?
These are great questions that I wish I had just right, just
We'll
hot to go.
I think we'll get to it.
Okay, sorry, sorry, sorry.
If I could buy Mike a little time.
Yeah, let's
Mark
talk
Mark
more about the.
Rylance, Mark Rylance won for Bridge of Spies.
Eh,
Also
I mean, good
also a
movie,
good
but
performance, but
yeah,
I do love Mark. Um I love what you said, Anna. That is a beautiful story. This I think there was a point I think I missed a point in my life where I saw like a movie about journalism that made me want to go into journalism because watching this I was like, why am I not like eating hot dogs and just like sleeping at the office and trying to like uncover some fucking horrific thing? Why am I
You
not
could
doing that?
you could do that at any job, really. I
Yeah, I
do that at
guess
my
so.
job all the time.
Yeah. This movie, I'm curious what you think. I'm sure you like this. I mean, whatever. Andrew, we'll get to you.
I'm
But
over
I'm
here.
with you, Anna, where like this movie just kind of makes me just break out in like chills, and also like there were many moments where I was just like on the verge of tears or
hmm?
got like teary-eyed, just because like journalism, journalists are so important, and it's such like journalists are kind of like cops, except like or journalists. How I think of journalists is how like people I don't want to talk to think of cops, where it's like they put their lives on the line. I'm like, these are people who like
Yeah.
don't have personal lives. I mean, they do, but like often they're
Yeah.
like broken because they're like they care so much about like uncovering whatever shit, and it's like
Underpaid.
they're like sacrificing so much to like to tell the truth, which is like really fucking important. It's important for people to know shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, it's been 10 years since this movie came out, 25 years about since the articles came out. And this is something that, like, as someone, I work for a news organization. No, I don't know how if you would call me, I went to journalism school, but like, uh, right now the news industry is so like, fast. And you don't see teams like it's so special that this team got to work on this and just pour their resources and it scares me that I don't know if that's something that's still happening in this way. The fact that they were paying like four people, I mean probably not a lot. We saw like where Mark Ruffalo was living. But to have a whole team just really devoted to a story that in the end like they weren't positive this was going to go anywhere. They didn't know. And that's just a risk that I hope organizations could still take, but given the way the industry is, I don't know if we'll see that as much. But like local journalism, especially, is so freaking important. Like we
Absolutely.
wouldn't even know about Epstein if it weren't for like local journalists. Um, so yeah, I think they're like the backbone of our freaking democracy, and it's just like so scary that it's something that's you know changing so
Yeah.
rapidly now.
yeah.
No, it's the lifeblood of how information should be processed and perceived in our country and across the world. It's a sometimes thankless, often contested, but definitely very important job.
Yeah.
Ander, what is your relationship to? Have you seen Spotlight?
No, I've never seen it. This is my first time watching it. But I do appreciate Anna that it in some way shaped who you are. I think for that, it does make it a special movie. Mike, your tribute to journalists, I think it's very
My
valuable. I
very
think it's
eloquent,
yes.
where I
I
said journalism is good.
journalism is good, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Oscar Wiener's official stance that journalism is good. I think this movie stinks. I think this movie was so inert and boring, and I can't imagine how you could interpret it and say I want to be a journalist from this.
I am rolling up. We're rolling up the sleeves here, getting
I
into
I
this.
gotta I gotta stay like listen. I respect and appreciate and admire what you both said. You both said it both eloquently. But I gotta stay true to my gut
Oh, I love
reaction,
this.
and that's I think this movie was really really boring.
Boring.
Boring. I thought the acting was atrocious and
What?
flat. I thought I can't believe you think this is Mark Ruffalo's best role. I thought he was better as Hulk. This is crazy to me. They're trying so hard to be journalists. It's like weirdly painful to watch, in my opinion. They're at the baseball park with their stupid little button downs. They're like, we can't stop talking about journalism. It's like, oh my God, give me a break. We usually have a Mike and I have a saying on this show. We like to say this. We like to say this is movies whenever we see something that's like, damn, like this is what movies are for. This had me going, this is movies.
This is crazy. I did not
This
expect. I didn't expect you. I didn't necessarily expect you to love this. I did not expect you to for it to be your least favorite movie we've ever
I don't
watched.
think it was my least favorite. And I'm listen. I'm open to. I mean, tell me why I'm wrong for sure. But I did not enjoy this. I thought the acting was very stilted and silly. I thought, Mark's Boston accent was crazy. I was like, this guy is pretending to be from Boston. This is acting. I thought it was insane.
I mean, didn't you love I mean, his acting, the way he acts while eating a slice of cake is some of the
It's
best
so
cake
It's so
eating.
funny.
good.
It's not
That's,
good though. It's like
I
they're
love the fact,
trying so hard. I worked in a newsroom. It was a collegiate newsroom. It's nothing like the Boston Globe, obviously, but like people don't talk and act like this. It was so unusual to me. Everyone was just, no one had any real personality to them. They were just pure journalism. I guess that's the idea.
I'm gonna push back there though,
Okay.
because I do think we see their personalities coming out in ways that are suppressed because as a journalist, their goal is to get the story out in the best, to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we did see how that story was affecting each one of them. For Sasha Pfeiffer, it was her, handling of religion and her nana, and the
Right.
fact that her nana was so, in like that the church was so important to her. For Brian Darcy James, we see him with his character battling what to do about the kids in his neighborhood. We see that shot of him with his young kids, and then that there's a treatment center right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
For Mark Ruffalo, it's this like need to get this story out. So he's always running. He's always his legs are always shaking. He's always eating something. He's always moving because the Herald is on his back. He's got to tell this story, right? It could have been him. It could have been you. It could have been me. They got to tell this. Like there's some the we see the way it's affecting everyone. I mean, for Michael Keaton's character, it also shows how. I mean, to me, all of these people are superheroes, but it's not like it's complicated. He buried a story that they had 20 priests years ago when he was working in Metro. Like,
But I think
I
it's the
think they're so
way
nuanced, full people who are just doing their job.
I agree with you, and it does take the time to showcase, different aspects on how they're affected personally. But I think in the execution, it comes across like really flat to me. Like Michael Keaton's character, for example, when Sasha comes in and shows him the news clipping that she found, saying like, "Yeah, actually, we covered this story years ago and just kind of buried it." His reaction is just like, "Is that all? All right, good night." And that's it. Just wide shot of him just like sitting in his office. And I'm like, that's such a lukewarm reaction. Like, this is supposed to be drama.
But
Like,
that's
that should be an impactful moment. And I feel like the characters on screen aren't exhibiting that.
but that's he. I think he reacts that way because the implication is like he's realizing like, oh, I was in charge of Metro then,
Yeah. And I
so
just don't
I'm the one who
feel any
buried it.
emotion from him.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
Even,
so true to life though, because if someone calls you out for shit like that, you're processing in your head, you're so embarrassed. What are you gonna do? Flip the fucking table?
no, but I
Are you
guess,
I would
Ander?
say like, yeah, you want the other person to leave so you could like process
Yeah.
this why like figure out, how you feel about what you did. So it's kind of like a okay, is that it?
yeah, it is true to life. But I don't want to see it. Like, it's not interesting. you have to strike a balance. Like, yes, you have to maintain, especially if they're true events, you have to do justice to those events. But also, these are the movies. I want to. You got to give me a reason to put my butt in the seats. It's a worthwhile story. Um, it's just that the delivery was just so flat to me. I think the best acting in the movie does come from the victims that they consult with. That one guy, I think his name was Phil, was
Yes.
the his reaction to the journalist interviewing him, and he kind of has like a little blow up. That was like the most emotion and ferocity in any scene up until that point, and maybe even throughout the movie. And then he's gone in in a second. He's only there. He's a flash in the pan type of performance because he's not really a lingering character. Um, but it was flashes of emotion like that just provided such stark contrast to the rest of the performances where I was like, where is this? Give me some more of this. That's how I felt.
I kind of, Ander, basically everything you've said has changed like my relationship to you.
Excuse me.
Um, but like I think like I will say Rachel McAdams, who I love and who's one of the best we have. Um, I do feel like her and what's Brian Darcy, Matt Carroll, they kind
Yep.
of get short shrift. Like I do feel like the main kind of main spotlight team who has like arcs is Michael Resendez and Robbie, Michael Keaton and Mark Ruffalo. Because like Robbie is sort of wrestling with like not only the thing of he buried something back when he was on Metro like a decade ago or whatever, but also realizing that the people who
Mm,
he's like friends with are all somehow like involved, like people who he's like buddy with, like even Billy Crudup as the fucking nasty little lawyer. Um,
incredible performance there too.
Great
Hmm.
performer. He's so sleazy, and you're like, fuck this guy.
So good.
But he realizes like, oh, all these people that I've kind of had in my circle, who I like go golfing with, they all are like part of like this horrific cover up. And it's like, like he's like, not only is it like, what did I not do, but it's like, why didn't I like see the company I was keeping? Like, why didn't I
Mm-hmm.
see them more clearly? Um, and then Mark Ruffalo, um, I also grew up Catholic. Uh, I think Mark Ruffalo's, and I don't really consider myself Catholic anymore, but Mark Ruffalo's scene with Rachel McAdams, where he talks about, like, you kind of finally get, like, why is he so, like, it's right after the blow up in the Spotlight newsroom where he's like, they
Mm.
knew, like, we have to publish it now. Where he says to Rachel McAdams, like, I always thought I would go back. And you're like, that's why this hurts this guy so much, is like,
Mm.
he didn't want to know this because he's like, Catholicism was always like there for me to go back if I ever really needed it, and if like I ever like had like a change of heart, which is something I still feel. I'm like, should
Uh-huh.
I say to my girlfriend all the time, like, should I go to fucking church? Should I like go talk to a priest?
Listen, it's Sunday
Um,
right now. If you want, they're still open.
yeah, um, yeah. I just like yeah, the Mark Ruffalo scene. Like, really, I was like, this is the fucking best. He's the best. This movie's the best.
So good. I mean, I think, yeah, the fact that I really love that this movie is about, it's a story about telling this story and how that story affects the people who are telling it.
Hmm.
And also in a way that doesn't exploit, because this movie could have been really exploitive of victims. And I think it didn't do that. And I think that could have been, like this movie could have gotten icky. But I think the way they did it, you know, really, really was true to the story and treated it with a lot of respect. And yeah, I mean, seeing everyone in the story, from the victims to the journalists to the editors, grapple with what this means for their community, what this means for them personally, what this means for institutions. There's I feel like you could watch this movie 50, I've watched it so many times and I every time I take something else away from it. I will also say I think it's the best use of like an end credit ever. The way that it,
That almost made me that I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I like I said I saw this in Scranton. I had to drive, it wasn't in there's a movie theater. I grew up like about 30 minutes from my house, but I had to go to the one 45 minutes away. So that was always for like the special
45
movies.
minutes?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's far away.
But to be sitting there and you see this whole story takes place in Boston, and then you see all of the cities pop up, and I waited. I remember seeing Scranton, PA pop up on the screen, and I'm sitting there, and you just like the feeling in your body is so just disgusted.
Mm.
Um, but also, to show the impact that this team had around the world because it eventually goes into, cities in Australia, New Zealand, like everywhere. The fact that these four people in a basement, um, you know, the impact that they had globally on uncovering systematic cover up of abuse, I think is just so touching and so beautiful and like a real testament to the work that they did.
They did exceptional work, absolutely.
You just
Oh,
hate
you
their film.
really, Andrew? It doesn't sound like you
Yeah,
like
it's like
that.
their film kind of stinks. Is all. There were just moments that I do think it's a powerful message and deserves a story that deserves to be told with, you know, people that they depicted deserve to be done justice. But then they just throw things in there that almost cheapen the movie to me. Like there's the one brief shot of like all the 2001 ass cars in the parking lot and the billboard where it says like AOL online and then the jump cut to 9/11. It's like this is 2001. Do you guys realize that? It's like, oh my god, yes, I
See,
get
I
it.
didn't even notice the scene like dressing of like AOL. The 9/11 thing, I think is included because it actually happened like while they were doing this
I'm sure
story.
it did. Yeah,
It does feel like um it happens, that they walk into the newsroom or I forget who, but they walk in, it's like, what's going on? It's like, all right, the Twin Towers have planes crash into them. But and it feels like it's going to be a bigger thing. Like this is going to knock them completely off. But then like kind of like 5 minutes later, they're back on track. That's like the one thing. But again, that's like probably, it's like, I don't know. It's in there because it happened.
right. But
Right.
I also think it's a little funny how they're like, oh fuck, this 9/11 thing is gonna bury our story.
I've seen this movie, but this is the second time I've seen this movie. Um, I saw it for the first time like years ago. So I remember parts of it, but I didn't, the nuances of it, I think were a little bit, I kind of rediscovered them this time. And something I love that's just sort of like subtly kind of baked into the movie is like that. Well, these priests are targeting like poor, neglected kids,
Mhm.
and just like the class stuff of like these lawyers who are cutting like backroom deals with like the archdiocese to like keep it quiet and like give like these poor families like some like if they're giving them money, like just give them like some shit deal.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like the world is fucking evil.
Yeah.
And it's like even these guys who are like, I'm just a lawyer, I'm just doing my job. I'm like, you don't fucking give a shit about poor people. Like,
Mm.
it's just like the way that like everything's like kind of about class. It's like, they don't give a shit about poor people, so they let like them just be abused.
Yeah. I think, there's so many levels. This exposes so much evil, this movie, but does leave you feeling it's so much evil, but you walk away feeling a little bit of hope because there are people like the Spotlight team. I think, especially, even when Sasha Pfeiffer's character, or Rachel McAdams' character, Sasha Pfeiffer, goes to the door of Father Paquin, and he just admits to molesting children and then says, "Well, I was raped." And she's like, "Wait, who raped you?" And we don't get to it, but it's a systemic problem from the church, but also like just back generations of, our country's fucked up. There's like, well, not even our country. People are fucked up and do fucked up things to people, and then these hurt people hurt people. So we need like you know, to have these characters that do shine a light and try their hardest to make a difference, um, no matter the cost. I kind of love that we see, we hear about Mark Ruffalo's girlfriend or wife
I
or
think his wife.
yeah, we hear about her. Everyone's like, "Ah, she's a good girl," but we never see her.
Yeah.
Like, he's never the one talking about her. We know there's like a cost to this.
Do we have any other things to say? I mean, Anna, I know you have I know you have a dossier about
Yeah, I'm seeing a real fat manila
a
folder behind you.
manifesto,
Yeah.
but do we have
Oh my
any?
gosh, the manila folders, the amount of money production must have spent on manila folders.
Yeah, huge manila folder budget for this
Manila
movie.
folders everywhere.
Yeah. Wardrobe is getting an Oscar for sure.
I
I
mean,
yeah.
so
All
dull in a
so
beautiful way.
dull.
But perfect, like beautifully dull.
Yes,
They don't care
for
about that.
sure.
They care about
Yeah.
getting to the truth.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I love this movie.
You
It
can't even
rules.
wear like a Red Sox jersey at the Red Sox game or a baseball cap.
Coming from work.
Yeah.
I know, but it's just like it was funny to me is all.
Thank you for sharing all that personal material, Anna. Regard
Yes.
RE colon spotlight. That's the best stuff in this episode. I'm cutting the rest.
The rest is
Um,
going straight in the garbage.
Garbaggio. Would you guys like to hear the other Best Picture nominees for this year?
Yes.
Yeah, who's
This
out
is one
here?
of the first years that I think like 2014 was the first year, but that I watched every nominee before the Oscars. This was the start of that tradition for me.
And I think this is when I gave up watching movies. I had a brief
What?
stint. 2012 was when I was locked in, and then I think at this phase I was like, I haven't seen a movie all year.
I will say there's another nominee from this year that is also in my top 10 of movies. I
Ooh,
want you to try to guess which one it is.
I think I know which one
Okay.
it is, but I'll save it.
There's
Gotta be
also a movie in this group that I consider one of my least favorite movies I've ever seen in my whole life.
I
Okay.
think I know what movie that is too.
All right, I'm excited to play this game.
And I think
Okay.
that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
There's
cool.
also a movie
If I'm
in
right.
this group that I still don't really understand what happened.
Got it.
So
This is
yeah,
great. This is all great, like setup for what I'm about to say.
Mike, I think I know the movie that you think it is, and I don't think it's that movie.
Okay, okay. When I get there, I'll say, this
Okay.
is the movie I think Anna wants buried in the ocean.
Okay.
So this is it a good year? I mean, Spotlight came out this year, so it's a good year. But Force Awakens came out this year. Star
Oh,
Wars is
whoa.
back. Um,
Oh, I watched that. I saw that in theaters. I remember
yeah.
that. I remember
Uh,
being excited.
scene for me. Where were you at this time? What was life like for 2015 hosts of Oscar Wieners?
That's a great question. I guess I was a freshman in college. Um, and then I probably went to see Force Awakens on a winter break or something like that. No,
Nominated.
I didn't actually. Well, you know what? We're gonna talk about it. I did actually. You know what? I think I have a entry in my journal that says I went to see the Force Awakens or something like that.
I remember seeing The Force Awakens the first time with my dad, and we sat really close because I think it was the only seats we can get because I was like really itching to see it. And the projector was slightly out of focus and it drove me fucking insane. I was like, I
That's
can't believe
crazy.
this is how I'm seeing this movie for the first time. Okay, Spotlight wins Best Picture.
Nice.
First up is Adam McKay. He's pivoting to political movies after directing Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, fucking Old School,
Hilarious
Anchorman.
pivot.
It is The Big Short.
Oh, same what? That's him? Same director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, a movie I've never seen. It's about the men who made millions from a global economic meltdown. That's
How
all
about that?
Letterboxd has to say about it.
You know, I'm not gonna try to pretend I understand the economy. However, I wish I knew more. This is a movie that made me realize I was dumb. You know?
I get that.
I guess there's inherent value in that.
Yeah. Humbling. Humbling. In a way that, put just pushes you to try more, try better. And I will.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna either,
Yeah.
but I admire, I
Yeah, you
admire your
go.
spirit, Anna.
Yeah, go for it.
Um,
Ray, do
and
you think that this is the movie that falls in? I gave you three categories.
Yeah, what are the three categories again? It's Anna's favorite, Anna's least favorite, and
Well, it's a,
the
a
movie
movie
that
that's in my top, another movie. So Spotlight's in my top 10, obviously.
right.
Another one of these nominees is in my top 10,
Yeah, like one of your favorite movies.
and one of them is in maybe my bottom 10.
I don't think Big Short is in either.
Okay. Okay. I'll wait until the end.
All right. Next up we have a movie I've been meaning to rewatch, which I loved. It's a classic dad movie. It's directed by one of our most daddy filmmakers, starring one of our most daddy actors. It is Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies, starring Tom Hanks.
Wow. Hanks is back.
And it's set during the Cold War. The Soviet Union captures a U.S. pilot, Francis Gary Powers, after shooting down his U-2 spy plane, excuse me. Sentenced to 10 years in prison. Powers' only hope is New York lawyer James Donovan, recruited by a CIA operative to negotiate his release. Donovan, Hanks, boards a plane to Berlin, hoping to win the young man's freedom through a prisoner exchange. And if all goes well, the Russians would get Rudolph Abel, the convicted spy who Donovan defended in court.
Why does this sound like Catch Me If You Can?
It's less fun. It's not kind of fun, but
Yeah.
it's a great movie. I highly recommend this. Have you seen
Yeah.
this movie, Anna?
Oh, I've seen all of these nominees. Yeah.
Perfect.
And if there's one thing about me, I fucking love a movie about the Cold War.
That is true. Yeah, yeah. That
I
is
love
canon.
Cold
Sickest
War
war,
movie.
coolest war.
Well, my favorite war.
Nobody died, really.
Nobody died.
It's just like
Nobody
Saying,
died.
don't fact check me on that, but
I mean, I'm sure people did die at the time. People die every day.
Wait,
yeah, people
what?
died of age, I guess. Yeah. And also
People died.
probably other reasons.
I mean, a lot of propaganda. People probably did die from there was no
There wasn't gunfire or like
right.
yeah.
People probably died from the propaganda that was spread. That fucked up people's lives. But the Cold War makes for a great movie. Let me again bring up Rocky IV.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
That's I love, Cold War, it's a long war. And I love it from start to finish. I think,
Well, we don't love it. We don't let's
What?
calm
No,
down.
I
hold
don't
on.
love
We don't
Cold
love
War.
the
I
Cold
don't
War.
love the Cold War. I do think movies about the Cold War as a whole, great. I took a class in college called Hollywood in the Cold War.
Ooh.
All about Cold War movies, and it was one of my favorite classes I've ever taken. I can send you the syllabus if you
I
would like.
was actually going to say,
I would
can you
love to
send me
read
the
the
syllabus? I
syllabus.
kind of
Yeah,
want to know
yeah.
those movies.
I'll have to dig through it. I think it's under my bed somewhere.
Was Rocky 4 one of those movies?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Whoa.
Sick.
And do you think that falls into a category?
No, I was just about to say I don't think this is in either category.
Okay.
Um, next up, we have John Crowley's Saoirse Ronan starring. Crooklyn? No, Brooklyn.
Wow. That's where we live.
Set in 1950s Ireland and New York, and is about
Cool.
young Eyeless Lacey. Eyeless Lacey, hi to tea. Has to choose between two men and two countries.
Is Norton in this?
Edward Norton?
No, Norton Brooks, Dennis Hopper Jr.
No, it's Saoirse. You got Dom Hall Gleason. You got Jim Broadbent. I've never
Never
seen it.
mind. Never mind.
Anna, what do you think of this movie?
I think this movie is a beautiful, emotional, um, kind of birthed the star for me that is Saoirse Ronan. I mean, one of our best. Um, and you know, for me, this was a time where I mean, I didn't move across the country, but like a kind of like female coming of age story. This movie hit me at the perfect time and really like affected me, especially like moving to New York at the time again. Also, not trying to compare it to what it would be like moving from a different country when I moved from Pennsylvania. But apples to oranges here.
Same
But
thing.
yeah,
A
love
move's a
this movie.
move. A move's
Move's
a
a
move.
move.
I'll move
Yeah.
to move. Love this movie.
That being said, though, I don't think it is in the top 10 category. I may be whiffing on this one. I do think there's one other that I think is in there.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Now this
Tanner, what do you
next movie.
think?
Oh,
I'm holding on to this one. I'm thinking maybe. I'm putting this in the maybe pile, but nothing has strongly struck me about it.
Okay.
okay. Now this next one I do think is in your 10 least favorite movies of all time
And
category.
I don't think it
And it
is.
is one of my like favorite movie. I did, you guys know the Sight and Sound, like these directors and critics like will do like a top 10 list like every like couple of years, where they pick like the movies they think are the best ever made. This is in my Sight and Sound top 10. I think this is one of the best movies ever made. Um, it is George Miller's just fucking barn burning, dynamite igniting, fucking just stinking of gasoline. Mad Max Fury Road.
That road is pissed.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
okay, we got it. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm wrong.
I fucking knew it. Starring Tom Hardy and as the titular Max, Mad Max, and Charlize Theron as Furiosa. It is an apocalyptic story set in the furthest reaches of our planet in a stark desert landscape where humanity is broken and most everyone is crazed, fighting for the necessities of life. And when within this world exist two rebels on the run who just might be able to restore order. This is a perfect movie. This is one. This is this is like you can't even believe a human being made it. I think Steven Soderbergh has this quote about this movie where he's like, when he was watching it, he basically every 5 seconds he was like, I don't know how somebody isn't dead. How is this not killing every single person on screen?
What I
Kills
can't believe
me.
it's the same director who made Babe Pig in the City.
Exactly.
Like he
Get
took
a
a
guy who
break.
could do both.
Amazing. That is incredible for sure.
Yeah.
I saw this movie one time. I'll never watch it again. I do understand that there is a beautiful story in there. I just couldn't get there because I just want, why can't we sit down and talk? Is what I thought this whole
Nah,
movie.
it's about Fury.
Let's sit down and
About
talk it out.
gasoline.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, I might as well just be watching someone playing a video game where they are just blowing shit up.
That's what I would rather be doing,
Okay.
honestly.
Thinly veiled plot for me, didn't understand what was going on. Let's just sit and talk, work this out.
Andrew, do you like Fury Road?
Never seen it. Never will.
The
That's
Mad
probably not
Max.
sure. I would like to see it someday.
Okay. Okay. I think you would think it's rad as hell.
Yeah, I think so too.
I am just like a huge. I weirdly have like I remember like uh Mad Max 2 colon the Road Warrior. There's the being on TV when I was like probably like 8, and my dad was like, "Oh, Mad Max," and I was like, "What's this?" And it was like fucking Mel Gibson is like driving a fucking 18-wheeler filled with gasoline. I'm like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. And then George Miller only he takes it past 11. He goes to he goes to 1,000.
Wow.
30 years later, returning to a franchise that we thought was finished.
I also went into the movie not knowing it was like a franchise.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I think Mad Max people are I think now because of obviously Fury Road people have heard of it, but I think before that people were like, I don't know what this is. Next up is a movie I have been meaning to see for 10 years and still haven't. It is Ridley Scott's The Martian.
You haven't seen it? I think you really like it.
I love space movies.
I mean, I love Matt Damon.
And I love Ridley Scott.
Really?
Well,
What do you love about Ridley Scott?
well, Gladiator 2 is one of my favorite movies ever made, frankly.
During a manned mission to Mars, astronaut Mark Watney is presumed dead after a fierce storm and left behind by his crew. But Watney has
R.I.P.
survived and finds himself stranded and alone on the hostile planet known as Mars.
Shit.
With only meager supplies, he must draw upon his ingenuity, wit, and spirit to subsist and find a way to signal to Earth that he is alive. Or, he's got to science the shit out of this thing. Andrew, have you seen
mean,
this?
No, I don't
Okay.
think I've seen any of these nominees.
Okay.
I told you I
incredible
didn't watch a movie this year.
feat of gardening in this film. I can't even make like a house plant grow in my apartment. And the shit this guy does. You know, it also just shows you, teaches you a lot about the human will to live that some people have. I think, you know, if I'm
That
stuck on
some
Mars,
people have.
if I'm stuck on Mars, I think
You're
I'm
done.
just calling it,
Yeah. But
you
calling it
know?
and do it, you say that now, but then when you get up there, you're like, fuck, I want to live.
I hope so, but I don't know. That's tough. You're on Mars.
It is tough.
You do be on Mars.
You
You
do
do
be on
be.
Mars, and it is not a place for living, I'll tell you that much.
Sometimes I can't even get the will to like get up from my desk at work just to take the subway home. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes even just the subway ride feels like too much where I'm like, what if I just lived here?
That's
You
what they
know?
want, Anna. You can't give in. That's what they want.
But you know, who am I to fight? Sometimes I'm too tired.
What if I just
I'm
grew my
too
little
tired.
crops here?
Yeah, what if I just stayed? Sometimes I can't even, I need to go to the grocery store. I think,
Ugh, the fucking
I'll
worst.
order. Sometimes I need to do laundry. I think, I'll turn my underwear inside out.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
That's what
know?
Matt definitely had to do that on
Yeah.
Mars.
Oh,
Yeah, big time. Guy probably reeked.
oh. But no one's there to smell him if a tree falls in the forest.
Yeah, but when he landed, everyone's probably like, "Oh, I
Oh,
assume he makes it, right? I guess he probably makes it back." But they're probably like, "Oh,
Watney,
Waddy,
Yeah.
you sick fuck! You're
you
disgusting.
stinky poo poo man."
You didn't
You know,
shower."
I haven't seen this movie in 10 years, but 10 years, with 10 years being passed, I think I would describe this as they watched Castaway and said, okay, but what about space?
Hmm.
That is probably like Andy Weir wrote the book or whatever, like the novel. I have to imagine that was like his initially. He was like, what if a guy was stranded on Mars? It's like, yeah, okay.
Andy Weir, not to be confused with Johnny Weir,
That's
Olympic figure skater.
I confuse them all the time.
Yeah, it did confuse me for a while.
Hmm.
and
Not
not
to
to
be
be
confused.
confused with Peter Weir, who directed Witness with Harrison Ford.
And not to be confused with Underweir, which Matt Damon apparently turns inside out.
Beautiful.
I would love to go to the Weir family reunion.
Yeah,
What an
yeah.
eclectic group.
it's a banner that says Weir Family.
God, so
Oh.
good. It'd be a weird event, I think.
This is good. What a good show this is.
This is gonna win a Webby, I think.
Yeah, The Martian. I'll see it. Eventually. Next up, we
Give it over
have.
10 years, then check in.
Yeah. I gotta wait for the 20-year anniversary. Next up, we have a movie I'll probably never see. It is Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, his follow-up to Birdman.
Oh God.
It is The Revenant.
Oh. He gave DeCap his Oscar.
Yeah. He
Did
probably should
he?
have won for like Wolf of Wall Street
He
though, but
probably should have won for
whatever.
like 8 other movies. Yeah, but
Yeah.
here
In the
we are.
1820s, a frontiersman, Hugh Glass, sets out on a path of vengeance against those who left him for dead after a bear mauling. Wow.
Sucks. That sucks. That sucks.
Um,
Classic movie, perfect example of a movie where it's like, I do not want to be that guy.
no.
Yeah. And The Martian too.
Martian too. It's a classic, like sitting at home being like, oh, thank God I'm not this poor idiot.
There's
I
that
mean, you don't want to be Mad Max either.
true.
No, we don't
True.
want to, no, I don't want to be that guy.
There's that
Spotlight are the only people I think I'd want to be, frankly.
at least you have a job. You
You
have
got a
like
job,
insurance.
I
Yeah.
mean, The Big Short, some of those guys did make a lot of money off of
Okay.
the
Yeah, but
stock
then you have to
market
like
crash.
live with that.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
ethical? I assume it was not ethically done. I assume they did some chicanery.
Again, I don't really remember, if I didn't understand the details. However, Christian Bale is great.
He is
One of our
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
One
we're
of our
pro
best.
bail.
The Revenant I watched on a flight, which is I don't think the way it was intended to be viewed. Really gross. We'll never watch it again.
fair.
Fair.
I don't.
And the whole time you just
Yeah.
think, oh, that motherfucker's cold.
That motherfucker is cold.
He's freezing. He's freezing so much he got inside of a dead bear.
Sucks.
Having only seen one of his movies, but kind of getting the gist of his other movies, I think I can safely say I don't think Inarritu's my guy. I don't think I like him. Not
I
as
don't
like
know
a
if
person,
he's-
but as an artist.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he's anyone's guy.
Yeah. Like who's any Inarritu heads out there? Email us, oscarwienerspod@gmail.com.
And Emma
It's
Stone,
over,
stop
actually.
emailing us. It's enough.
Final movie. This movie I think is the one that's in Anna's top 10 of all time. It is. Look at her face, see if I'm right. It is Lenny Abramson's Brie Larson starring. Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay. Never forget Jacob. Room.
Nah, I think it's Brooklyn.
Anna?
It is a room.
Fuck.
I fucking knew it.
I love this movie. This was the first time I remember actually physically being on the edge of my seat in a movie theater.
You're like, oh, let me sit closer a little bit. I gotta.
I was gripping the seat. It
Yeah.
has one of the most intense. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Do they ever leave the room?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I can't tell you. But please, please watch this movie. So, are you familiar with the premise?
Well, she's like in a room.
Yes. So
All
a
right.
woman,
Nice.
Brie Larson.
This is the analysis you come to this show for.
Brie Larson is kept as a sex slave in a
Jesus.
backyard, kidnapped. She has this little boy played impeccably by Jacob Tremblay.
He's a great actor.
Great actor. And his performance in this movie is incredible. And it's also based on a book, which the book is very good. The book Room is told by this little boy's perspective. And he doesn't know anything out. He grows up not knowing anything outside of the four walls he lives in. He sleeps in a little cupboard, like this is his whole world. And it is, kind of their relationship as a mother, son. And it's really beautiful love story about these two and, the things that she will do to get a better life for herself and her son.
Okay.
I think
Love
I've
it.
I think I've avoided this movie just because it sounds really intense.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely intense.
Yeah. But I'll add it to the list.
I don't know, reflecting back, I don't know what it says about me that the two most messed up movies of the year are two of my favorite movies. But
No, but they're movies about like finding like little sparks of hope in like
Yeah.
just misery,
yeah,
which is like literally like every day I have to do that. Every day, probably all three of us have to do. Like, I wake up and be like, why am I eating breakfast?
Gotta do it. Gotta find a reason to eat breakfast.
I mean, Anna
Mom's
said she
there.
would just let herself rot on Mars. She wouldn't try to save herself. Imagine
Like
life on Earth. You
jump.
could breathe. You could breathe air. You got fucking oxygen.
I mean, it depends. It depends.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you could do. You can't. How do you kill yourself? I don't want to kill myself on Mars. I guess you just
Take off your helmet.
take off your helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Actually,
I
it's
That
have
sounds
pretty
coffee
easy.
miserable,
that
though.
day?
It sucks.
Like you're on Mars. Let's. I'm also, I'm all for the little sparks of hope, but let's be realistic. I'm on Mars.
For the love of God.
I'm alone on Mars. Let's have a you know, sense of realism here. I'm
Yeah.
on Mars.
You can at least walk around. I'd probably just walk around until I die. I don't think I'd really like I'd maybe try one earnest attempt to get home and then it'd be like, this is fucking crazy. This is too hard. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what I'm doing here.
See, a few of my fears would be confronted on Mars, which is why I would take my helmet off and just suffocate and just like pull the band-aid. Starving to death. Horrified of that.
That sucks, yeah.
That's it. Starving to death is like,
It's
and you're just
fair.
loneliness I could deal with. I'd probably go crazy eventually, but yeah, just your body just breaking down and you're like, I can't do anything about it. No, take the helmet off. I know statistically it's less likely to happen to me, but room also is, I'm like being kidnapped and just locked in a room and forgotten about. Horrifying.
You're not forgotten about in the room. They're checking in.
Well, not by the kidnapper. I mean by like the world. It's like, oh, that has disappeared. We looked for him for a year, and then we're just kind of like, I guess we'll never find him. It's like,
We
okay.
checked Mars.
We
Wasn't
checked
there.
Mars.
Yeah.
We sent a rover up there. There was nobody.
No, it's really, yeah, getting kidnapped is a big fear. I have a little kit. If I am to go
Whoa.
missing, I'm leaving clues behind.
I should do
Oh,
that.
I feel like should we be aware? Do you have people who are aware of what the clues are?
Oh yeah, they know who they are.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, good.
If you're gonna do it, for a while I kept some hair in a bag
Okay.
and I hid it and I said, if I go missing, I got some samples for you. Turns out you need fresh hair for that.
Oh.
So you gotta cut every couple days.
So you're putting fresh hair in a bag every couple of days?
You gotta get the follicle too.
I don't. Okay.
Andrew's like, let me be taken. I can't be
Yeah,
arsed. I
can't
really can't be
I can't
arsed.
No, just let me go. If you don't find me after 2 months, you can give up. It's okay.
Fucking Christ.
You're too big to go missing.
I can get lost.
You're too tall. We'd see you.
Nah, I could be in the woods. Trees are
We'd see your
tall.
head pop out.
Like hello.
Andrew's also always singing. We'd hear him.
Can I be like, shut the fuck up?
Just let this guy
I'm-
go.
Andrew's
He sang "Good Riddance," "Time of Your Life" like fucking 11 times in a row.
He's a pain in my fucking ass.
Anders just always humming to himself.
Mhm.
We'd find him.
It's one of the things we love about him.
We do.
Thanks, guys.
Those are the nominees. Do we think? Let's start with Andrew to get this shit out of the way. Andrew, do you think Spotlight's Best Picture worthy?
No.
Yeah. Typical.
I don't really think that is typical. Although I feel like we've had a stretch of movies that I've felt kind of mid about. Actually, I liked All Quiet on the Western Front.
We're getting to the bottom. We're getting to the 10. So we got Rocky coming up soon. So just hold on to your britches.
All right.
Anna, do you think Spotlight's Best Picture worthy? I'm sensing no.
I went back and forth. Psych. Heck yeah.
Nice. Expert level psych.
Yeah, same. This movie is great, and it's on Tubi. Everybody watch it.
Tubi?
Thank you, Tubi.
I had to sit through my Amazon Prime ads.
Ugh. Well,
We had to sit through
Tubi has ads,
so
too.
you were fine, yeah.
Yeah. That's been our Spotlight episode. Next week we are talking about we're finally we're finally gonna get to see just how fucking green that valley really is.
Let's go, baby.
After like 85 episodes of Wind Up, we are finally watching John Ford's How Green Was My Valley.
Seminal.
1947 Best Picture winner, let's say. I don't fucking care.
Irreplaceable. Is that not the year?
I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
Who cares? It's How Green.
God, I can't wait.
Can't wait to listen to that one.
It's gonna be our most highly listened to episode. But thank you, Anna, for coming on. We'll see you soon when one battle after another wins Best Picture.
Yeah, it'll be one battle after another.
And until next time, how to do one of these for Spotlight. If you ever
find yourself in a newsroom.
Well, actually, this is perfect for this. I finally connected. If you ever find yourself in a newsroom, I'll use your starting point. And you're like, God, I've just been working on this story about murder, abuse, what have you, and I'm hankering for some dinner.
Jonesing.
But the oven's in the kitchenette's broken.
Okay.
And there's only hot dogs in the fridge, and I can't even boil it. It's cooked, I think. Open up that pack. You don't have to do a bun, but you can if you want, if you got some available. And just snap into it cold, raw. Raw dog.
You're gonna raw dog it?
You're a journalist, you don't have time to cook and shit.
That's disgusting.
And then you'll write a really good story and win the Pulitzer Prize.
Nice. Very good. Happy ending.
All right, see you next week, Wieners.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Wieners.
1, 2, 3, 4. These boys only want the best stuff. They want the cream of the crop. They don't want none of that Michael Bay shit. They want the shit that bops. Oscar bait, black and white. Maybe something French. If it's got more than one explosion, honey, put that shit on the bench. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners.
You
froze for a moment.
Yeah, just start as if I just asked what I asked.
Okay, I just got an alert.
Fuck.
You froze again.
Oh no.
This feels like divine intervention.
Oh, no.
The Lord doesn't want you to talk about Spotlight. The Catholic God himself.
Those implications are huge, if true.